And it, you know, to be in the moment is to be connected to God.
Yeah.
To be thankful, to be, and like people
Did
don't
you have that sense before you were Catholic?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. I've talked about this before, but I've always had I'm very lucky. I've never been spiritually dry, even as an atheist. I struggled to be an atheist. I had to justify it to myself constantly. That's why guys like Hitchens were so important to me. Christopher Hitchens, I had to watch the Christopher Hitchens lecture because I just felt like God was real. I needed him to tell me he wasn't over and over and over again.
Wow.
And I find that most atheists are doing that. They're, you know, that's the thing. I don't want to attack everyone who isn't Catholic, but I'm going to a little bit. And so
we don't do that, but we do that.
Yeah. Let's do it as a treat.
Exactly.
Just one time. That's the thing about the church, right? I tell you, like, I convert, people attack me, Protestants attack me, maybe some Orthodox people are like, what's the deal with the Pope or whatever. But as a Catholic, I've never had the reverse. I don't just see guys just going out and good. I'm sure it exists.
Yeah.
There's over 1 billion of us. We've got weirdos around.
Some whack jobs.
There's whack jobs.
I know some whack jobs.
Exactly. So
one sit to the right of me.
But like, if you're not doing, like, I'm forgetting where I'm going because you just you made me laugh in my head, and I was like, dang.
Atheist sometimes will attack.
Sometimes will attack. Where was I before that?
You were talking about you're going to attack.
Did you think comedy connected you to God even before you
Oh, yeah. So you're connected to God. And so you basically, like, atheists, you're fighting your conscience.
Yeah.
You don't know it, but you're fighting your conscience. When you laugh, you don't know it, but you're feeling connected to God because you're in the moment and you're feeling joy and you're fulfilling your purpose by being here with these people now, which is where you should be. And so I feel like your conscience, you know, you're an atheist and your conscience attacks you. So you need to read the book. You need to do this. And that's why, like, I think so many people have to attack Catholicism. They have to comment. They can't help themselves but to be like, the Pope isn't real. He's a lizard, or like whatever, because they have to reinforce their conscience constantly because they are concerned they're incorrect. I spend very little time, if any, being concerned about if my dogmas are incorrect or if my church is wrong. My conscience is incredibly light in that way, you know.
But also that's a light of faith, though, right?
Exactly.
So on the one hand, it's like you've assented to these propositions, but on the other hand, it's actually faith. Grace has moved in you to be like, this is true. 100%. And I don't have to sit here and justify them for you all the time.
Yeah, and I don't feel the need. Right. And then as I began to discern the faith and like want to consume Aquinas and all these other things in order to just like strengthen it and understand it, I find that when I was an atheist and I was needing to watch these lectures, needing to read these books, I needed to because I needed them to edify me. I needed them to tell me I was right. Whereas when I read Aquinas now, when I read, you know, some theologian, Chesterton or whoever, I'm not reading because I need to understand or to do whatever. I'm reading because I want to understand. I'm reveling in. I'm not reaching for.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying.
You're motivated by love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it feels so different. And I watch people anytime someone says something and they ask me about Catholicism. I'm from this tradition. Can you tell me about this? I feel a sense of love when I want to correct them or talk to them. I always want to be really gentle. And I feel like I never get that back. And I do feel like I see myself in that because when I was an atheist, it weighed on my conscience.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it at the time, but if you feel the need to lash out, what's going on with your conscience? Yeah. Why are you lashing out at me?
Exactly.